Hello and welcome to MLTP Live, your go-to source for Major League Tag Pro. We're here to bring you an entertaining and high-quality stream each and every Sunday night. I'm Ron Sponson here for some play-by-play commentary.
And I'm Liquid, and tonight we are bringing you the exciting matchup of the number 1 seeded Holdin Gate Warriors versus number 4 seeded Texas Hold'em. Now let's take a quick look at the numbers.
Yeah, if we look at the Holdin Gate Warriors, they're currently first in their conference. As you mentioned earlier, they have a 19 cap differential. Season record 10 wins, 4 losses, and in the last 4 games, they've got 3 wins and a loss. Looking over at Texas Hold'em, they're sitting 4th in their conference with a 3 cap differential, and their season record is 6 wins, 7 losses, and a tie. Last 4 games have been split up 2 wins, 2 losses.
Now, if we look at the rosters here, it looks like on defense for the Holdin Gate Warriors, we're going to see Ibis and Dodgeball partnering each other again. Now, they did quite well last week, didn't they?
Yes, they certainly did. Ibis with 70 tags last week, giving him a 9.3 DGASP, and Dodgeball with 6.4 DGASP, 48 tags. Interestingly enough, both defenders got 2 caps last week. If we look at their season statistics, they're a little bit skewed just because of the fact that both of those players have not played 2 out of the weeks this season. But we have Ibis with an 8.6 DGASP, 3rd in returns per minute, and Dodgeball sitting with 7.7 DGASP.
And you were talking about Ibis's high stats. That's no surprise. This guy's been a consistently elite majors defender, arguably the best defender in the West. Now that's obviously up for debate, but the point is he's been doing very well these past few seasons. The guy is extremely skilled mechanically. He's got a great tagging ability, and he usually plays in that tagging defender role. Whereas you look at a guy like Dodgeball, he's also been playing at a really high level for the past 3 seasons. He was actually a member of the Super Bowl finalist Capitalists back in Season 7, and again was on the number 1 seeded team in the West in Season 8 with on Krosky's team. What was their name again? Can't remember. Either way, again, Dodgeball's magic is paying off. Holdin Gate Warriors currently sitting atop the Western Conference. Clearly, this guy knows how to make his teams a lot better. I mean, all he does is win. This guy is a great support defender. He plays maybe a bit more of a cautious play style, and that was embodied last season on the Wild Things, even in Season 7 partnering Eagles. And this season alongside Ibis, it's working out really well. Ibis plays more of the tagging role, Dodgeball takes on more of a support role, and they gel really well together. And something that we've been seeing a lot, good chemistry, we've been seeing it on offense as well with Curry and Skinny.
Yes, we have. If we look at their performance last week, Curry and Skinny both got 3 caps apiece, 6.6 OGAS for Curry and a 6.9 for Skinny, and Skinny was able to get 45 tags last week. If we look at their overall season performance, 7.8 for Curry, and we have 8.4 for Skinny, and he is 5th in power-ups for the season.
Now Skinny, who's a relatively recent acquisition through a trade by Curry, he used to play on the role models. He did quite well for them to start off the season. Now he's on Holdin Gate Warriors, and again, just kicking in where he left off. Things are going really well for him. The guy is a great 2-way player, very offensively skilled, mechanically skilled as well, and he's a smart player. I think that's really what works well for him on this team. Is everyone here is a smart player. What went really well for him was he was actually the Nooper Ball winner last season in MLTP. He was actually their O-MVP and a runner-up for the full season all positions MVP. So clearly his skills are translating well into majors. Now speaking of novice, you got Curry, who's partnering Skinny up front. Curry, who's actually a pretty experienced leader when it comes to coaching Novice League. His Holdin Gate Warriors team in Novice has had a lot of success. Unfortunately, the elusive Nooper Ball, they never managed to quite win it. They made it to the Nooper Ball finals once, but couldn't take it. And so, again, Curry, his leadership paying off. Holdin Gate currently sitting atop the Western standings. He's going to hope that this season is the season for the Holdin Gate Warriors, and hopefully all that leadership can pay off. Alongside his mechanical skill and ability, clearly the guy is doing pretty well. This might not be his best statistical season, but playing alongside a player like Skinny, they play very mistake-free tag pro. They play maybe a bit more cautiously. They're not the flashiest combo on offense, but they definitely do the trick. They're 2 veterans who know how to win. And that's something that we're seeing on Texas Hold'em's defensive side as well. You look at guys like Dullock and Side. Both of these guys have been around the block as well, and they've been proving it this season.
Yeah, they have. If we look at their statistics last week, we see Dullock and Side both with 51 tags, 8.1 DGAS for Dullock and 8.3 for Side. Looking at their total season statistics, Dullock is at 8.4 DGAS, and he is 8th in prevent, and Side is sitting at 7.8.
Now you look at these two players who've been around the block. Delic, who's been playing at a consistently good majors defensive level since Season 5. Sidewalk, who's been a Season 2 veteran. So both of them have proven over time that they can compete with the very best. They might not have the flashiest numbers or the greatest statistics, but they definitely have above average numbers, and season after season they've proven they can hang with the very best. Both of them played both in maybe more of a support role and more of a tagging role over the seasons. So a very flexible defensive combo for these two. They're able to play off each other really well, and maybe in contrast to a defensive partnership of Ibis and Doddsfall, who Ibis is clearly the tagging defender, Doddsfall is clearly the support defender, and their roles are set. You look at Delic and Side, they can play off each other and maybe have a bit more tactical flexibility when it comes to what role they want to play. So it's going to be interesting to see how they pair up against Holdin Gate Warriors' offensive pairing. Now, speaking of offensive pairings, it looks like All Tiger is going to be partnered by Timeboy this week.
Yeah, and if we look at their statistics for last week, All Tiger 8.9 OGASP with 4 caps and 23 tags. His partner Timeboy had a 7 OGASP with only 3 caps. But if we look at their overall season statistics, much higher numbers. All Tiger, well, actually tied it with 8.9 OGASP and is in 6th in hold. But Timeboy doing pretty well in the overall season, 8.2 OGASP.
Now, Timeboy is an interesting case. He's only played 160 minutes this season, splitting time with Legion on Texas Hold'em. But last week he did pretty well, and clearly he's been doing well in practice because Delic opted to play him alongside All Tiger. Now, Timeboy, who's been pretty much a perennial minors offensive player, and he's had, average to above average numbers in minors, but nothing groundbreaking. And so it's interesting that this season he's really broken out into majors. He's actually having his best statistical season ever. He's on pace to break his personal best in terms of caps in majors, whereas all his personal bests were set in minors. So the guy has clearly stepped it up a notch this season, and it's paying off for him. The guy's a very skilled player, and the same can be said of All Tiger, another very skilled player. He actually had his breakout season last season on Tiers. He was playing alongside Sidewalk on Tiers, and they made it to the Super Bowl. Couldn't take it though. But that's when we all got to see that All Tiger is also a very highly mechanical, skilled player, and that's basically where the similarities end between All Tiger and Timeboy. You look at All Tiger, he's maybe more of a fundamentally sound player. He plays a very patient playstyle, as evidenced by this fact that he's 6th in hold in the whole entire league. So guy is a very patient player. He bides his time for the cap, he waits for the blocks, and he goes around, grabs power-ups. He maybe plays more of a risk-averse play style. When you look at Timeboy, the guy is more of a direct player. He's going to go for the risky play, he's going to go for the flashy play, and it seems like this season, more often than not, it's working out for him. So I think what makes this partnership interesting is they both play off each other with very different styles, but both very skilled, and so they can clearly pull off what they're trying. And it'll be interesting to see how they face off against a very skilled defensive partnership of Ibis and Doddsfall, who are very mistake-free. So it'll be... I think the real battle will it be the patient playstyle or the direct playstyle that comes out? Now, speaking of playstyles, one thing I've noticed is both these teams have relatively similar playstyles. You look at both these teams, they play a relatively slow and cautious game. If you guys got to tune into the Merballs Holdin Gate game last week, Holdin Gate managed to get the sweep, and that was by always staying ahead, minimizing risk, and making very few mistakes. And whenever one of the 4 players would make a mistake, he'd have his teammate immediately there to cover for him. And so this kind of cohesiveness, this kind of chemistry is what's been allowing them to have such consistent success this season. They've got 10 wins out of 14 games, and that's not by chance. They've been able to maybe reduce the flashiness. They don't have that many caps. They don't have the most caps or the highest cap differential in their conference, but they're making very few mistakes, and defensively that's helping them out a lot. And the same can be said of Texas Hold'em. They bide their time for their opportunities to arise, and they don't try to force anything for the most part. They try to play a more sound game, try to be patient, wait for your chances to come, and they will come. And the other thing that both these teams do very well is grab power-ups. They're both very fundamentally sound in that regard. You look at Holdin Gate, they're 1st in the West in power-up percentage. Texas Hold'em are actually 3rd in the West in power-up percentage, so that's another battle that's going to be pretty hard fought on the map this week.
And speaking of maps, we have 2 maps tonight. It's going to be starting off with Constriction, the first season we're seeing that in Major League Tag Pro, and it is a bit of a defensive style map.
Indeed, and Constriction is going to be a really good arena for both these teams to showcase their patient playstyle. It's a very slow-paced map when you compare it to other maps in rotation this season. Very teamwork-oriented with all the small chokes, or very narrow choke points, a narrow exit to base as well. So a very contained-heavy map, and I think that's going to really play to the strengths of both these teams here. The super boosts are obviously the key element on this map, and you're going to have to watch out for the different innovative uses of the super boost. But overall, I think this is going to be a good arena to showcase both of these teams' patient playstyles. Now, I believe the other map is the community choice.
Yes, it is. And for the second time, the community choice is Thinking with Portals. Second season we've seen it in Major League Type Pro, and it's a bit more of an offensive map. Indeed,
definitely an offensive styled map, very fast paced, both on offense and on defense. The base is very small, very crowded, but with the portals, that opens up a lot of opportunities. Now, it's very teamwork oriented. I've had a lot of experience on this map being a former member of Original Sign, and one thing that's stuck since back in the day is there's always one defender on the exit portal, and it's kind of a two-faceted gameplay there, because not only do they kind of contain the back of the base, but they also have access to both the boosts, making it a very snipe-heavy position. And speaking of snipe-heavy, there are 8 bombs in the middle of the map here. 8, maybe 10 even? I can't remember, let me check. Either way, this map is going to be extremely snipe-heavy. Yeah, all 8 of the bombs in the middle make for a lot of returns via snipes. Obviously, the team tiles help when it comes to containing, but this map is so open that it's going to be played with the boosts and the bombs. This map, very fast-paced. It's going to be very different to Constriction, and I love how these two maps have been paired together in the same week. It's going to showcase all the different skill sets of both these teams. It's going to be really good, really fun to watch. Now, Ron, do you know if the teams are ready?
Yeah, I think we're getting close to ready here. It may just be a few moments here as the teams are lining up, getting ready to start the first half.
Yep, it looks like both these teams have 3 players in. Obviously, the roster is so far, as predicted, Timeboy, Dullock, and Side on for the Texas Hold'em. We're just waiting on All Tiger here. And Doddsfall, Ibis, and Skinny are currently all on the Holdin Gate Warriors team. Just waiting on Curry here. I believe Curry is going to be playing himself. He's been playing himself most of the weeks, so
yeah, that would make sense to me.
Should be good. And Skinny mentioning that they actually have 3 first-round picks on that team, for whatever that's worth. So I'm not sure if this is a joke or not, but it looks like Ego might be slotting in place of Curry. Yeah, I think that was just a little bit of a joke there. Curry's coming back in. And we should be seeing both these rosters just as predicted.
All right, no surprises tonight, at least as far as the roster is concerned, but I'm sure it's going to be an action-packed game. Should be starting momentarily here. We're ready on our end, just waiting for the final readies from each team before we can get into the game here.
Yeah, and both teams who played Constriction last week, they're going to be ready for each other here. And I think this the first game at least, might be a relatively tactical, slower game. It's not that many flashy plays. I could be wrong, of course, but with what we've been seeing from these two teams so far this season, I'm going to expect maybe a more defensive game where the flag stays in base more often, and when it's out, it'll be played more on the defensive side of the map rather than the offensive side of the map. So keep an eye out for what the flag carriers choose to do in terms of movement and how quickly they choose to get into base, because the nature of this map makes it very choky, very narrow choke points, and that means that for offensive players, it's a very interesting combination of risk-reward where just a second, it looks like the game's starting. Let me jump in here. But yeah,
yes,
the risk-reward is different in that risk is rewarded a lot more due to the choky nature of it. If you can manage to get past the OD, then you're basically in for a cap. Now, the challenge is obviously getting past the OD.
Speaking of rewards, guys, I do want to let you know we do have the Jump Up Halftime Challenge. The entrance have opened, so if you guys want to apply to play in the Jump Up Halftime Challenge here live on stream, there's 2 easy steps. Number 1, you have to follow MLTP Live. Just hit that follow button, and number 2, type !jump in chat for your chance to win.
And there is still plenty of room on the leaderboard for you guys to try to secure the top 3 spot. So make sure that you sign up and get ready for that halftime show. All Tiger getting the quick first grab, but Ibis right on his tail and keeping the reset.
It looks like Skinny's going to use those boosts, but Dalek there to get look at this. Timeboy unfortunately boosting backwards and is going to get returned.
Unlucky on the team boost. He was going to try to chain the back boost and the team boost to get out, and he would have been past 3. But sadly, he hit that 45-degree corner, and Doddsfall was able to secure the snipe and keep the flag in base. That was a key play by Doddsfall.
Tiger coming in to try to set up some blocks here, support O. Just didn't get there in time, but he does have a chance here to get a nice handoff, and he's going to get out past 2, but Curry is able to get the return, and looks like that'll almost lead to a reset, but yep, it'll be a reset here.
Yeah, a nice positioning by Curry, just staying ahead, knowing that that top choke was probably the choke that would be favored due to the team boost, and so he just positioned himself in the right position to cut off the run of the flag carrier. It looks like the power-ups are up. Attack pro on each side on defense. It'll be interesting to see if they choose to bring it on offense. I know Dulek has 4 caps this season, Ibis has 5, so both players familiar with the offensive side of the game.
Got a couple tag pros in base here, and one of them runs out, and interestingly enough, Dalek is able to stay alive.
And what we're seeing so far this game is a lot of grabs, but very little hold. So far, Texas Hold'em are actually edging out Holdin Gate Warriors in terms of hold, but that could change soon with Skinny getting out with the flag.
Yeah, he's gonna have to cut back. Really nice use of the wall there. I like what I'm seeing from Skinny. He's staying alive, going for a kiss, and that was looks like a good idea as Curry has the flag and gonna get returned by Timeboy.
Yeah, he knew that his team was playing anti-regrab, and so kiss was a reset. But what he didn't anticipate was that Timeboy was spawning in base and had access to the boost. So that basically put an end to both of those flag carrying runs, and we're back to having the flag in base. Very familiar territory here for both teams.
Yeah, rolling bomb bonanza, but all 3 of them are going to be diffused and not help any of the flag carriers out. But looks like Tiger is going to almost sneak past Ibis. Couldn't quite get past him.
I like what I was seeing from Timeboy there. A nice block attempt. And Skinny, who chose to go on offensive defense rather than trying to just block the top choke. If I were him, I would have covered the top choke. Even if that meant delaying his return to offensive defense. But just a second, Skinny gets a great block from Curry. Now he's coming in, he's got 2 blocks. He's going to try to go for the loop around, and he misses it! Timeboy saves the cap. What a play by Timeboy.
Nice boost off the wall by Doddsfall to get the return and give them a chance to get the little bit of a redemption cap here. Curry with the flag trying to get the return, or get the cap, but Tiger is going to seal things off. Although they've got the momentum here. Let's see what Skinny Chode can do.
Yes, both teams waiting for power-ups. Tiger secures the tag pro. It's going to be huge for them as they can hopefully secure grab, but he goes flag pro. Meanwhile, Curry exits the game. Not sure what's going on there, but that's definitely going to hurt them with Sidewalk grabbing with the rolling bomb.
You have to wonder if they're going to start subbing someone in, or if Curry will be back. And they do sub in Ego. This is a very interesting development. Let's see what happens. Looks like they've prevented the cap as part of the handoff there, so a nice hot sub. But let's see how Ego is able to integrate into this team here.
And a great return by Doddsfall while it was 3v4 to prevent the cap threat. Just stayed ahead and managed to get the gutsy return, and it worked for him. Otherwise, that could have been a 1-0 game had they gotten their own flag carrier gotten returned. And now it looks like the tides are turning. Skinny Chode hits a corner, unfortunately. Can't quite get past Timeboy.
Now, Ego, can he prove his worth here? He's out past 2. Maybe not anymore. He's going to have to head back and just be patient, wait for some flashes here potentially. But Tiger with a really nice grab, going to get out past a couple. Doddsfall sniping to get ahead, and Ibis getting the return. Skinny is potentially going to get out past 2, but Timeboy with that juke juice being a little dangerous.
Skinny opting for the regrab instead of the juke juice power-up. Not sure if that was the right decision there. Either way, Doddsfall is nearly out past side, but not quite. And now, this is dangerous. Tiger is out past 3. Skinny is the only one left. If he gets blocked out, this is going to be a cap.
Side's going to try for the boost block and just narrowly misses it, and that's going to be a return. I think if he'd been able to get that boost block, it was a good chance for a cap there.
And Texas Hold'em recapturing momentum here. They've got their own little regrab train going. It's going to be up to Timeboy to keep it alive, and he gets past Ego. Doddsfall misses the boost. Now Timeboy's past 3, but he hits a corner. He's going to have to double back.
Second time we've seen that from Timeboy, hitting the corner when he's been out past 3, and it's just as much of a disaster this time around. Unfortunate
for Timeboy, because that was a great play leading up to it. Managed to get past both defenders. Now Skinny's going to go for the juke juice. Good move by him. Even if he dies, at least he responds with the power-up and he prevents the other team from getting it. side with a nice return, solo return on the juke juice.
Go with the flag. Gonna try to. I like what he's doing, being a little bit patient, allowing Skinny a chance to get on regrab, and he's gonna need it here. Let's see what he can do with his boost. He's gonna wait until he sees where the defenders are, and hopefully allow his team to get. Very nice patience from Skinny.
Good boost by Skinny. Oftentimes people see it as kind of a one-dimensional boost where you boost either 45 degrees or straight. He chose it at more of an acute angle, managing to boost off the 2-wide tile and get past both defenders. It's a good play by him. Unfortunately, couldn't make anything happen in base, but credit to the offensive defense of Texas Hold'em, keeping them at bay. Ego knows the power-up's coming up.
Very good play so far. I mean, we haven't seen any caps yet. As I'm saying this, there's a good chance here for Holdin Gate Warriors to get the first cap. Bomb does not go their way, and a little bit of a spike by Altiger. And Skinny's got the rolling bomb. Nice power-up advantage here for Holdin Gate. He's going to come in with the rolling bomb, get the first cap for Holdin Gate Warriors.
Great block by Ego, who's typically an offensive player, but playing on defense and getting the perfect block for Skinny to come in straight in for a cap. Didn't even need his rolling bomb. Great play by, great team play by Holdin Gate.
We're still able to leverage Doddsfall's Tag Pro to be able to get out from Ibis, but looks like the Texas Hold'em were able to keep the flag at bay long enough to prevent the cap. But Dalek here with the flag, going to have trouble getting past Ego's side, trying to get some little bit of defensive assistance, but it's not going to do it. That'll be a reset for both sides of the map.
I believe Doddsfall on offense was attempting the gutsy back and forth double boost on that double boost in the corner. Ego needs to grab to stay alive, and that happens. He gets the grab, gets the kiss, and gets the reset as Altiger was waiting for the middle power-up. Interesting decision there.
Texas Hold'em might have a chance here with this rolling bomb. Allows Altiger to get out past 2. Ego closing in quickly with that juke juice. Skinny chode with the juke juice as well. Gonna get sniped by Dalek due to a very aptly timed boost. Altiger looping around over the empty flag tile. Doddsfall's got to stay alive. He does, and he goes for a kiss. Very smart kiss by Doddsfall to slow things down and allow the Holdin Gate Warriors a chance as Ibis has the flag.
Great kiss by Doddsfall, but also great awareness by Ego to stay on anti-regrab, trusting his offensive defense to get the return. Now, Ibis wasn't waiting on the handoff, so had Doddsfall died there, that would have been a cap. So great job on Doddsfall for staying alive long enough to grab the kiss there. The defender showing offensive prowess.
Nice snipe there from Doddsfall coming in from behind, looking to close down on these boosts here, and really patient contain here from Ibis and Doddsfall. Great communication and teamwork to get the keep the contain.
Altiger, who's very slippery. Doddsfall and Ibis having a bit of trouble containing him, but so far so good. They're keeping the score at 0, and another very low scoring game. Last week we saw against the Murballs, there were only a total of 5 caps in their game on Constriction, ending both halves. The final score was 4-1 in favor of Holdin Gate, and it looks like another low scoring affair here with the score being 1-0 nearing the end of the first half.
He's going to get a nice return there. Time Boy out with the flag, going to line up a boost and just try to force his way through. And I don't know if I agree with forcing it in that situation. He had a little bit of space to be able to play with and no regrab set up.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about in the pregame. Time Boy tends to go for the direct play more often than not. The smart decision there was probably to just wait for Altiger to A, come in, and B, communicate which route was taken, because remember, there are 3 paths that he could choose from, and only 2 defenders to cover them. And Skinny nearly jukes his way out of a corner, but can't quite, and now Ego, it's all up to him to get out of base.
Just 50 seconds left here in this first half. Ego with a couple good boosts. He's got a Tag Pro. He spikes him. 2 Tag Pros in base to clean things up. Let's see what they can do here. Doddsfall being protective. Altiger with the flag. He's going to get returned. Like my Ego. That's going to be a second cap here for Holdin Gate Warriors. And they're going to take United lead going into the second half.
Skinny chode trying his best to prevent the cap, but it doesn't work out. And Ego doubles their lead, going up 2-0 in the dying seconds of the first half. That's some great play, but also great use of the power-ups, and Skinny gets out with a marvelous boost. Altiger has to stay alive, and he does. Great play by Skinny, but Altiger keeps the score at bay, and ending the first half with 10 seconds left. Score should remain 2-0 in favor of the Holdin Gate Warriors if everything goes as planned.
3, 2, 1.
And as the first half ends, Holdin Gate take a 2-cap lead into half number 2. A very low scoring affair so far. Some very nice plays both ways. I'm loving the offensive defense on both of these teams, coming up clutch when they need them. Now Ron I'm noticing so far that Doddsfall has 21 returns as well as that clutch save earlier in the game. But it's up to you. Who do you think was your most valuable player?
You know what? I'm going to have to pick Doddsfall. We were talking about earlier, all he does is win, and he was actually getting some really nice returns. I saw a couple times sniping from behind to get ahead and get a return. Very aggressive play at times to get resets for his team. Really helped them to get those opportunities to get those caps. Any specific plays that stuck out to you during that first half?
There were a couple of great offensive defense plays. We mentioned the one by Doddsfall, the one by Altiger at the very end. But the one I loved the most was the power-up awareness displayed by Holdin Gate to grab the 2 tag throws that all but secured their second cap. That right there was my play of the game. Either that or Ego's nice little block right after coming in to secure the first cap. Either way, Holdin Gate have been displaying a lot of confidence in their game, but also a lot of patience. As we were mentioning in pregame, they're not trying to force anything. They're just waiting for their opportunities to arise and then capitalizing on them when they do. And so far, it's been working out really well for them, despite having to sub in Ego for Curry. Now, Ron, what do you think of the whole Ego-Curry situation?
Really interesting. We saw Ego getting a cap. We saw him getting out of base a few times. He clearly shows that he's got what it takes to be playing here. And I don't know if what the complications were with Curry, but if Curry himself was having like ping issues, it's a chance that we see Ego stay in here going into the second half. Do you think that'd be the right way to go about things?
Well, if it was ping issues, it'll be interesting to see if they subside as we switch servers for the second half, seeing as both of these teams play on different home servers. We are, however, going out to Texas Hold'em's home server here, so who knows if that's going to help or hurt Curry. Either way, it looks like he's slotting back into the lineup for half number 2. So things will be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how Curry performs. He looked pretty good up until he left, so it must have been more on his end than what we could see on stream.
Absolutely. It looks like we're back up and running. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. We had a little bit of a glitch there, but we should be back for you. And one last thing to mention is we do have the Jump Up Halftime Challenge. We will be selecting the contestants shortly, so if you want your chance to compete live on stream here, you can certainly enter. It's a random drawing. 2 requirements. Number 1 is hit the follow button, and number 2, type !jump in chat, and you will be put onto the list, and we'll have Pithy, our assistant here, randomly selecting some viewers using the bot, though. He doesn't have to work too hard to do it. But if you guys are selected, make sure to pay attention for your Twitch whispers on the bottom of your screen for more instructions.
I think you're underselling Pithy's role in this stream a little bit. We all appreciate what he's doing here, and but do keep in mind, you only have up until the end of this half, or perhaps less even, to sign up. He's going to be picking out the winners throughout the half, so as Ron said, keep an eye out for your Twitch whispers. He will be messaging the winners, and you will be all getting ready for the Jump Up Halftime Challenge right after this half, so keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. Now, it looks like for half number 2, we are seeing no changes on the Texas Hold'em roster, but Curry is slotting back in place of Ego for the Holdin Gate Warriors. So, going back to the original rosters, what do you think of that change?
I'm not too surprised to see it. I think that if it was just something temporary and not like a permanent networking issue, I think that Curry is probably happy to jump back in. They've got a 2-cap lead. It's not that risky of a move to see that. And if something happens again, that they've proven that they can effectively hot swap. We saw Ego come in, and that didn't cause any caps or anything. So they've got that in their back pocket if they need it.
Yeah, personally, I actually really liked what I was seeing from Ego last half. He was instrumental to both of their caps. In the first cap, he was the lone defender, getting the block and allowing them to come in for the first cap. And the second cap was actually scored by Ego himself. And so I'm going to trust Curry. Obviously, this guy, season after season, he's proven that he's one of arguably the best captains in Tag Pro, one of the greatest leaders in Tag Pro. So I'm going to trust his judgment here to play himself. But as you said, if he does still have issues and he has to pull out, I'm more than confident that Ego can step up to the plate and make things count for his team. Now, it looks like both teams are entering the game. We are about ready to start here. And Texas Hold'em have a 2-cap lead to overturn.
3, 2, 1.
Things starting off here. Let's see which team is able to get out. We saw the first half. It was a very defensive map. Both teams having trouble getting that flag out of base. Do you think it'll be as slow-paced this half, or are we going to see them start a little bit hotter?
No, I mean, the offenses have kind of gotten a feel for both defenses here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some new moves tried out by both teams. But the fact of the matter is this is a pretty defensive map, and both of these teams are relatively cautious. So I don't think we're going to be seeing much more action than we did last half. Now that being said, Timeboy is out, but Dodsfall is right on stuck his butt and gets the return. AllTiger tries a nice boost combo, but doesn't hit the right corner, and Side gets the last second return to save the cap. Some pretty close play so far in the first minute of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was extremely close for either team to get out. Timeboy very close. We saw for the Holdin Gate Warriors, they had a chance, but ended up hitting that team boost off that 45-degree tile again. Very difficult map for them to get out here. Let's see if Timeboy can use this juice to get out, but Dodsfall yet again sniping from behind, very confidently doing that and getting a reset for his team.
Dodsfall, who tends to usually play more of an understated role so far, has been definitely by far the most impressive defender on both these teams this game, I'd have to say. We saw last week he played maybe more of a contain role. Most of the time he was just staying ahead. He wasn't diving in for any crazy tags. But it worked out for him. In just a second, we might be seeing a cap here. AllTiger grabs the cap after Side grabs the clutch return. And Timeboy is now out past 2.
Yeah, they're looking to try to even the scores in about 20 seconds. They've done it! Look at this! He slides it in, and now it's a tie game after these two very quick caps here from Texas Hold'em.
And Dalek inside with some beautiful blocks, completely boxing out the Holdin Gate Warriors offense. Timeboy wasting no time coming in. And now this is a tie game, my friends. Anything can happen here.
Boy, that's impressive. I'm telling you what, like in this game, and especially on this map, things can change, and they can change quickly, and very impressive showing for Texas Hold'em to, it must have been only 20 seconds that they turned it around from being down by 2 to tying up the score. Very nice showing by them.
We were just talking about how Dodsfall was playing more of a cautious role going into this week, and that so far he's been playing a very tagging role, and maybe perhaps that ended up hurting them a little bit, maybe being a bit too aggressive. We saw Timeboy easily splitting the defense with his boost out of base, putting him past 2. And perhaps if they'd played a bit more cautiously, just covering the chokes instead of trying to go in for a tag, that could have saved them a couple extra seconds and allowed them to get the reset that they needed. But either way, it looks like Skinny's going to come in and sadly is forced into the spike. Now both teams are going to be waiting for power-ups here.
Yeah, they're waiting for power-ups. They're also trying to keep Curry at bay. It looks like they're able to get the return, but Skinny Chode is going to come in and grab the Juke Juice, going to be able to use that to try to get out. Really nice positioning by him, being very cautious, allowing the defenders to make some moves and then reacting to them, but a little too aggressive there against Side and gets returned.
He thought his Juke Juice would be able to get him past Sidewalk, but he didn't quite have enough oomph in it to get right past Sidewalk. And luckily, though, Curry was on regrab, and that's the kind of playstyle that we're seeing from this team. Even when they do make a mistake, they know that they can count on their teammates to have their back, and that's what Curry did right there. Now Skinny's going to have to try the top boost with Side coming in, closing down the angle perfectly. Instead he boosts backwards, and he does get past Sidewalk. He's past 2 now. He needs Dalek and not AllTiger to beat. He's got the blocks.
Oh my goodness.
This could be dangerous. Oh,
luckily Dalek there to grab it, but really nice bomb boost combo there. Couldn't quite turn into a cap, and now Curry, last man ahead, able to get the return.
Curry with some marvelous offensive defense. We saw it last week with his 3v1 block to prevent a cap, and we saw it again right here. Great positioning by him, just staying in the high traffic lane and putting himself in a great position to get the return.
And Skinny gonna grab it with a Juke Juice, see if he can use that to get out. Being very cautious on these boosts. I like the patience that I've been seeing today from Skinny. And he's turning around. He's got some blocks, and as cool as the other side of the pillow is that cap. Really nice job by Skinny. And now they're going to take the lead back. Holdin Gate Warriors 1 cap ahead. Dalek trying to even the scores again. Can he do it? A Dodsfall grabbing, getting it. Nope, not able to pull it off.
Wow, and what we saw from Skinny was a great chain of boosts. Instead of taking the double boost, he opted just to take one, fooled the defenders, managed to grab this main base boost into the super boost, straight into base. That was a 3 boost chain. and that secured their go-ahead cap right now. They're leading 3-2 on aggregate, and things are looking pretty good for them. They're out of base again. Not quite, though.
And Dalek gets rid of that rolling bomb. I like to see that. That can oftentimes be a bit of an issue as a defender with the rolling bomb, sometimes offering some opportunities to the offending team.
And what we saw there was Dodgeball grabbing a tag pro and sending Ibis onto offense. Dodgeball just simply sitting on the flag, and that's when you got that. You can basically play solo defense for 20 seconds, allowing an extra body to go help out your offensive players. And I love that kind of heads-up play, or heads-up positioning by Holdin Gate Warriors to send someone back on offense immediately. Oh, great snipe by Altiger. Very tight angle. Now Curry's going to have to prevent any rush here to allow Skinny Joe to get back on regrab, but he can't, and now it looks like Texas Hold'em have a reset here due to lack of patience by Curry.
4 minutes ago here, and we saw the Holdin Gate Warriors reclaim the lead. But look at this. Skinny Chode is going to be able to get out past 3 if he can get past Side, but really great positioning by Side, using that juke juice to cut back off the bounce, off the boost. But Curry couldn't quite get past Dalek. Dodgeball's got a chance here. He's going to hit the boost, and Dalek, you're getting another return. Skinny's grabbing it. We're seeing a bit of desperation. I don't know if they have to be playing this desperately, but Holdin Gate Warriors playing extremely aggressively, allowing Skinny to get out. There's a little bit of a flash, and that's going to be a mistake. Skinny's trying to thread the needle, but Dalek sneaking in and getting a very crucial return.
Holdin Gate have the momentum here, no question about it, but Texas Hold'em just somehow saving every cap at the very last second. First, we saw Sidewalk with a clutch return to prevent the pass forward. Then we saw Dalek with a last-second return 4 tiles away from the flag. And now we see it was Dalek again getting the clutch grab to prevent the cap.
Great Altiger being way too aggressive. Oh!
But he somehow survives, grabs the juke juice. He's going to grab the other, and Altiger, a clutch play by him after a bit of over-aggression. Overall, again, another display of some clutch plays by Texas Hold'em to keep the score at 3-2.
Dalek with the flag, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Extremely close game. Dodgeball and Skinny getting the contained there. They've got a tag pro on regrab here. Looks like Skinny's going to try to use these boosts, and nice teamwork here. Skinny's going to be able to get a grab, going to cut back against Dalek. Side, going to boost, and Skinny is going to go to the top here, going to get returned, but he's sets up a potential for a handoff. Let's see if he can get past him. He's going to get past a couple if he can get out of base here, but it's going to be very difficult.
Curry, with a bit of delay on the regrab, I think he was hesitating between going for the block and staying on regrab, and that ended up hurting him those precious 1 or 2 seconds, or the difference often between getting out of base and getting returned, and that's what happened right there. Now, just a quick shout-out to the jump-up contestants. The winners of the contest are Raven, Super Diglett, and Dodge, so if you haven't already, make sure to check your Twitch whispers. All the information to participate will be sent to you by Pythian there.
Oh, nice snipe from Altiger, being very aggressive, but he felt like he had to as the FC was already past a few. Timeboy with a good chance here. Can they tie it back up? Timeboy getting to the boost and couldn't quite sneak past Dodgeball. They've got a tag pro, but Dalek is keeping it back on defense, and it's likely because it just ran out just now.
And with a minute and a half left, both of these teams have been exceedingly good at keeping the flag in base. Currently, Holdin Gate Warriors have 3 minutes 42 of hold. Texas Hold'em have 2 minutes 30 this half. So a very defensive game. The flag stayed in base more often than not, and Texas Hold'em are going to have to change that if they intend on getting any points out of this game 1. Now, Altiger is out past 2. He's got 2 blocks. He could go for the ring around the rosy cap, and he gets it! He drives up the game at 3. Altiger with an amazing cap, some fantastic blocks. And now Timeboy is going to wait for the power-up. 50 seconds left. This could go either way.
Yes, 45 seconds to go here. A really nice last-minute cap by Texas Hold'em to even the score. It's anybody's game here. Timeboy using the rolling bomb. Dalek with some blocks. Let's see if they can pull it off. 35 seconds here. Ibis taking the flag out. He's looking to use this team boost. Skinny Chode with some aggressive offensive D here. Dalek going to get the return. Timeboy here with the boost going to hit it over. And now it looks like Texas has a shot. Dalek coming in, getting the return. Look at this. Iron Ball with the flag. Getting contained. Dodgeball and Ibis on re. There's one return. They've got some blocks. Timeboy with the flag. Can he do it? No. Yes, he can. Timeboy gets it. Oh my goodness. Holdin Texas Warriors have gotten ahead of Holdin Gate Warriors, and there's only 5 seconds here, but Altiger has trouble. Can they do it? Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Well, they got it. That's the Holy cow, what an ending!
Ties it up with less than a second remaining. Dodgeball saves the point for Holdin Gate Warriors. What an ending to the half. Curry had to leave. Iron Ball jumps in. Time Boy gets a beautiful, patient tap. And then Dodgeball with 8 seconds left gets the grab, rushes to base, and his teammates counts on them to get the return on All Tiger. They do right in the nick of time, and they tie up the game at 4. An amazing, amazing ending to this game. Ron, did anyone stand out to you? I mean, I could name 3 or 4 people that I'd give MVP to for this half.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we already picked Dodgeball. I'm gonna have to pick Time Boy in this one. That cap to get the momentum back and give the team a lead, even though they didn't win it. But really nice effort when you can in the last minute get a cap like that. I know it's very got to be very stressful to his team, but yeah, I really like to see what I saw from him. Maybe this is a stupid question, but any specific plays stick out to you during that last half?
Entire last 30-second segment where Curry left, Iron Ball came in, and then some beautiful blocks by the Texas Hold'em defense to essentially hold the Holdin Gate Warriors players away just long enough to allow Time Boy to come in and waltz in for the go-ahead cap. And then immediately after, Dodgeball not saying no, not abandoning the play, grabbing the flag, getting out past 3, and just patiently waiting on the flag with his fingers crossed, hoping his teammates could get the return they did. That whole sequence right there displayed amazing patience by both teams and amazing clutchness by both teams. Almost every single player in both those sequences was involved in the caps. So credit to both of these teams for not abandoning with 30 seconds remaining, and both of them coming up in the clutch. That was something else. And I gotta say, Texas Hold'em are making a really strong bid for the playoffs here. They're currently tied for 4th in the West, and they needed this point really badly against the number 1 seed. They got it, and now they've got momentum. Going into game number 2, this could be really dangerous, especially on a map that these players might be less familiar with in Thinking with Portals.
Absolutely,
now,
but before we get to Thinking with Portals, we're ready for our Jump Up Halftime Challenge. We've got a few winners here. Raven, Dodge, and Super Diglett, congratulations on winning. So just so you guys know, the Jump Up Halftime Challenge is our weekly halftime event, and it's just 3 players playing against each other to face off to see who can get the most amount of power-ups. If we look at our leaderboard here, we've got Fractal in first place with 343 power-ups, Mr. Joe Hobo with 333, and Beast Mode in third with 323. Very close at the very top here of the leaderboard.
And we got the players coming into the game here. For those of you unfamiliar with it, it is a gravity-based game. Unlimited jumps. But if you want a word of advice, a word to the wise would be to use the boosts and bombs as much as you can, because the faster you go, the more power-ups you grab.
And they're jumping.
And it looks like
Super with the lead.
Dodge survives the top.
Super with the lead. Very close one.
Super Diglett running away with it so far. We got Dodge who's starting to catch up here. Dodge takes the lead.
Oh my goodness.
30 seconds remaining. This is really close.
Dodge's first, but barely.
Dodge making a bid for the top spot on the leaderboard here. Already in the 300s.
What you can do. Not many left.
2 seconds.
And there we have it. Dodge, first place, 315. I believe that puts him on the leaderboard, but what is that, 4th place? I'm not positive.
3rd or 4th place, Dodge making a great bid. Jumping from 2nd into 1st there, about midway through the game and securing his spot. Great job by all 3 contestants, Dodge and Super Diglett, keeping it close all game long, but congratulations to Dodge, a first-time contestant getting right onto the leaderboard. And so I hope you guys...
Thanks for playing, guys. Really awesome to see that. It looks like, what was his final number?
315.
315. That is going to put him in 4th place, knocking out Lair the Bear. Congratulations. I do want to mention, if you guys did not get your chance to play Jump Up here tonight, there'll be another chance tomorrow evening on Minor LTP Live. Make sure to pay attention to the subreddit for that game. Do we have any details on what time that game is going to be?
The game is at 10:20 Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's a bit of a later game. I think that means that you have a better chance of playing. So if you guys really want a good chance at getting selected for Jump Up Halftime Challenge and having a chance to play in the Super Bowl, you'll be able to watch the game tomorrow night on Minor LTP Live.
Now, going into game number 2 and Thinking with Portals, it looks like Curry finally opts to sit himself from the get-go, not risking any crazy shenanigans, and he's going to have Iron Ball jump in his spot. Iron Ball, who's, I believe, in 3rd or 4th spot in terms of caps per minute so far this season. In the limited time that he's been able to play, he's impressed a lot. So let's see what he and Skinny can do together.
Yeah, very interesting. You know what? I am super excited for this game. That first game that we saw, that was one of the most intense games we've casted all season, especially the ending. These teams proven that they both have what it takes, and it's an extremely tight matchup. And you know what? Thinking with Portals, a very different map from what we typically see in Major League play. Very exciting to be able to watch this map with these two teams tonight.
And this is going to be a great test to see which team prepared more than the other. You got Dalek and Curry, both these captains, very serious in terms of preparation, as I've been told. And I think both of them will have drilled their teams on Thinking with Portals, getting them to learn all the different tactics. And either way, I'm pretty sure most players on these teams have played this enough to know how it works. But really here, what it comes down to is which pairings can play better together. Altiger's got a great spawn in the middle. He's going to try to rush to the enemy base immediately. That's the other thing. This map, the spawns sometimes spawn you outside of base.
3.
Yeah, looks like they got that resolved, and we'll be starting things off here. Altiger going to come over first into base, and going to try for a very quick grab, but going to get returned, and we see both teams adopting the very familiar defensive play here of one on the exit portal and one playing on the flag.
Now, one counter to this strategy is to have one player on the offensive side wait on the, oh, well, just a second. Iron's out, Altiger is out, so maybe they don't need this fancy play that I was going to talk about. Iron gets sniped by Dalek, but Skinny's right on Re and ready to take over.
We got Texas Hold'em looking for the reset here. They're going to kiss, interestingly enough, not going to really change things up as both teams are still out of base. But Side is going to be able to use these team tiles. Ooh. Time Boy hitting the bomb, unfortunately, doesn't quite help, but they still have the advantage on the team tiles. Doddsfall taking a really great boost and got a chance for a cap here if Dalek is returned, but Doddsfall takes it into the exit portal. Still staying alive here. Got to return. Altiger with a heck of a snipe. Side is coming out, and Ibis has to stay alive, and he clumsily boosts out of base. Side has a chance, but Skinny's grabbing it with a rolling bomb. Gets defused, staying in base, and going to be able to get out. And Altiger being very patient on this boost. A lot of stuff happening. These boosts pushing everyone everywhere.
I gotta say, this is one of the harder games to commentate, if I'm honest here. Altiger somehow managing to stay alive, and Iron just waiting on that exit portal. He gets it, and now he's out. Now, the thing that we're gonna have to look out for here is how the mid bombs are used, both by the flag carriers and by the chasers. We've seen Doddsfall and Time Boy both use the middle bombs to help their team get a return. Something that we're going to be seeing more and more as the game goes by. So keep an eye out for those middle bombs.
This with a nice return. He's got another snipe. Ibis playing very well. Doddsfall, unfortunately, with an unoptimal boost there, and that's going to be a... that's going to basically kill their chances at a cap there, but Skinny Chode's got a chance here. He's going to come over.
Dalek with an amazing save. Just getting in front of that exit portal, preventing the boost into the portal, but also preventing the straight boost, and Dalek manages to not only get the return, but now he's out past 3.
Oh, look at this. Chance for a cap. Doddsfall's got to stay alive. Can he do it? Looks like he can. Ibis getting the return. Doddsfall coming into base. Now it's a return for cap the other way. He's going to take the exit portal again. Very quick to do it, and I think that's what he had to do. Nice heads up thinking by Doddsfall.
He's thinking with portals. That's what I'd like to see. What I'm noticing is a lot of players are not thinking with portals this game. They're being burned on the whole exit portal strategy with the flag carrier entering base and then leaving through the exit portal at the very end with nobody anticipating that. So as the game goes by, the chasers are going to have to start leaving one person behind it's the kind of base that you can contain solo. So just leave one person near the exit portal or near one of the boosts in the exit portal and try to make things happen that way.
Look at this. We have both flag carriers getting returned. Time Boy with the flag. He's got a chance here as their flag is in base. Side is going to stay there. Going to have to use the exit portal. Going to allow Iron Ball to get out. Side's going to try to time this boost. Iron Ball side and is going to be very patient here. Time Boy closing in. Skinny with that Juke Juice to try to provide a little bit of support. And it's working.
Oh man, Dalek unlucky in his boost. He boosts back in just a second. There's so much going on here. Time Boy manages to get out past 2. Dodgeball has to stay alive, although Skinny is on regrab, so he's covered in that area. And nice, smart play getting the reset.
Dalek's going to use this boost, coming into base, looking for the first cap here. Ibis getting the return, and there's going to be a reset for both teams.
Now, Time Boy leaving his spot on defense, not sure about that. Dodgeball is all alone on offensive defense, but his teammates managed to get the return, rendering his role superfluous.
Time Boy trying to get Texas Hold'em with the first cap. Looks like he might do it, but Ibis is going to go straight to the X's portal. Looks like Time Boy has a chance. He's going to try to sneak through the portal. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Doesn't work.
It was a futile strategy, but it looks like Texas Hold'em swept the power-ups, and this is going to be the first cap of the game. All Tiger swooping in, doesn't even need the rolling bomb. A great block by Dalek. Keeping the flag in base, All Tiger now uses his rolling bomb. It ended up being quite useful for him, staying alive, and now he's out past 2. He's got a tag throw in base. Side's going to come in, and
nice job.
Return on Ibis. Ibis saves the cap and gets Skinny to get the return.
Oh my goodness! Dodgeball,
oh
no! Dodgeball! Oh boy, Dodgeball has just been voted off the island with that prevention of the cap for his own team. Very unfortunate there.
Dodgeball should have boycotted this week. That was a horrible mistake, running right into Ibis. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to boost away the defender or the chaser from Ibis, but unfortunately he got Ibis instead and prevented them from tying the game up at 1. And we're back to some more slower paced action. Both teams grab a tag throw. A rolling bomb for Skinny, so let's see if he can use it.
All Tiger coming in trying to get a second cap. It's going to be very difficult with this rolling bomb tag pro action here from the Holdin Gate Warriors. Can they use this to get a cap of their own? Skinny Chode's got a good chance of getting a cap here with that rolling bomb. Gets deployed. Going to use these portals. Not going to be able to pull it off. And now All Tiger with the flag. Being very aggressive here, Holdin Gate Warriors, but it's not paying off as of yet.
Tried some Tojoing using the in-base portals to juke the chasers, but the chasers saw it coming, and it wasn't going to work this time. If I were Time Boy, I'd take the exit portal here. He does, but slightly too late. Either way, he stays alive, and Side with a great bomb block. Now, they need to return on Ibis if they want to make anything happen here.
And Ibis with the flag. Let's see if they can even the tables here. All Tiger's going to get out, and Bomb almost pushes Iron Ball. He's going to spike himself. Time Boy from way downtown getting a nice snipe, getting the return.
Time Boy has been really impressive so far. Tactically speaking, I'm really loving what I'm seeing. Side gets his own return, but sadly, another cap from way downtown manages to swoop in after mistakenly portaling out of base, grabs the boost and gets right back in right in the nick of time, grabs the flag by a pixel and doubles the lead. Texas Hold'em leading 2-0 in this game.
Yes, they are, and a little bit of a reset here, slowing things down, but Texas Hold'em with a nice 2-cap lead. Let's see what All Tiger is able to do, trying to get it up to 3. The bomb helps him a little bit, going to cut back and break Dodgeball's ankles there. Going off the top wall, going to try to pull something tricky here. Ibis is going to go through the exit portal. He's going to have trouble. Dodgeball is going to get returned. We're seeing a little bit of clumsiness here. All Tiger should get a cap. Wait, yes, he does. Nice job. 3-cap lead here for Texas Hold'em.
Some great patience by All Tiger, waiting for Side to get the returns, and Dalek being on the exit portal allowed Sidewalk to basically contain Ibis into the back corner. That then allowed, Sidewalk to grab the return on Dodgeball, and then what I loved the most from this cap was that All Tiger waited for Iron Ball to grab the portal and portal away from the flag before he himself got into the portal and got the cap. So some great all-around understanding by the teammates there on Texas Hold'em, but just a second. That could have been a cap. Time Boy's bomb saves All Tiger and ultimately saves the cap. So again, another heads-up play by Time Boy.
And both teams had the flags out, just waiting here for someone to get the return. And looks like the Holdin Gate Warriors are able to pull it off. Dalek with the flag. Skinny, what? I don't know how he's staying alive there. Iron Ball just ducks under that snipe there, preventing the cap. Really great heads-up play there, but Dodgeball's got to stay alive, and he does. Side getting the return. Ibis with the flag. Time Boy as well. They're going to kiss, and that'll be a bit of a reset. Minute and 45 seconds to go. We got another round of power-ups, couple tag pros. See if this can lead to a cap, as Iron Ball is going to be able to sit in base and try to do something.
Ooh,
wow, he did something, and that'll be, whoop, maybe not.
Time Boy waiting on the exit portal, and he gets it. Time Boy.
Such a letdown.
Time Boy coming up clutch again. Putting daggers in the hearts of Holdin Gate Warriors players there. They thought they had cap for sure, but Time Boy just swoops in and manages to wait for the exit portal with just a second remaining and saves the cap there. The score remains 3-0 in favor of Texas Hold'em, who so far have completely outclassed Holdin Gate Warriors on picking portals.
Yeah, Holdin Gate Warriors hoping for anything. Can they get a cap here? I like where Time Boy's sitting, just containing that bottom choke with the portal, forcing Iron Ball to go up to the top. He's going to be aggressive with this bomb here, but Dalek and Time Boy both sitting on these chokes. Iron Ball is going to have to do something to confuse them. All Tiger with some boosts here, and Iron Ball just having trouble getting past these contains. Dalek is going to be able to get out of base here. Iron Ball pick up a juke juice and a little bit of a noob spike there. I don't know what that was, but Iron Ball's got a chance.
All Tiger manages to get out. He had to go flag throw. The Iron Ball getting some great blocks from his teammate Ibis. Ibis, who also got a great snipe on Dalek, getting out of base. Unfortunately, it leads to nothing for them, and Iron has to take another lap side with a great kiss. But now, Skinny's pass too. He gets a nice bomb into base, but Time Boy is right there, right in the way, and it breaks Skinny's ankles. Tries to Tojo, and it doesn't work. We're seeing lots of back and forth action in this game, but going into half number 2, we are seeing Texas Hold'em, the underdogs, grabbing a 3-0 lead. All Tiger with 2 caps, Side with a cap of his own, and everyone on the team contributing with at least 10 tags. Some huge play by everyone on Texas Hold'em. I'm loving what I'm seeing from them. Lots of understanding.
Absolutely. If I had to pick a player of the game that game, I'm going to have to go with Al Tiger. I really liked what I was seeing with him with the flag. He was playing very well, capping extremely well, taking advantage of the mistakes that we're seeing from Holdin Gate Warriors to be able to get some caps, and ultimately giving his team a nice 3-cap lead. There's a lot of action going on in that last half. Anything in particular stick out to you, Liquid?
Indeed, there was so much action. Sometimes it was hard to keep up as a commentator. I can only imagine as viewers, you guys must have had a hard time as well. One thing I did notice, though, is that Time Boy constantly was using the portals to his advantage, both on offense and on defense. He didn't get onto the scoreboard, but pretty much his whole impact was intangible there. He was able to save 3 or 4 caps during this game just by using portals properly, playing some really sound offensive defense. And as well as that, he managed to get out and set up some regrab chains for his team as well. So overall, I'd say that the thinking with portals that I'm seeing from Time Boy is what would have to go into my plays of the game bag. I'm really loving what I'm seeing from basically the entire Texas Hold'em team. Even Dalek has been really visible both on offense and on defense. He was instrumental in getting their 2nd cap, just waiting on that exit portal. Was that the 2nd or the 3rd cap? Either way, his positioning has been fantastic, and the fundamental positioning both by Side and Dalek has been able. They've both been able to get some clutch resets and some clutch returns as well. Most of these caps that we're seeing are not from resets altogether, but rather from plays where the defense manages to push back the Holdin Gate Warriors offense back into their base and then get 2 or 3 quick returns in quick succession, then capitalizing on the opportunity. We saw Sidewalk swoop in with a timely boost. We saw All Tiger wait for a timely portal. What we're seeing is some very good timing and some very good chemistry to make these caps happen. We haven't seen that from the Holdin Gate Warriors so far.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing, there's a lot happening on this map. It's almost hard to commentate it. There's really every player is involved in the play at almost any point in time. There's so much happening with all these bombs in the middle of the map, all these boosts, all these portals, all these power-ups. It's a very action-packed map, and we're seeing that so far in this first half, even though it's a 3-cap blowout so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't go so far as to call it a blowout. I think, on Thinking with Portals, any team can come back from 3 caps if they play properly.
True.
It's going to be a real challenge, though, because Texas Hold'em have done their homework, and it's clear that they're the better prepared team so far. Holdin Gate are going to have to change something, step it up, and it looks like they are. Ego's coming in place of Iron Ball. Iron Ball, who's actually doing quite well. He had some nice holds and at least one nice save. He nearly saved that 3rd cap, but couldn't quite make it happen. Let's see if Ego can help turn the tides in their favor. So far, the only half that Holdin Gate have won is the half in which Ego capped and blocked for a cap.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got both teams just lining up here to get started, and Texas Hold'em with a really comfortable lead going into the second half. Holdin Gate Warriors going to have to change things up going into this one and see if they can try to get this momentum back. And on a map like this, it's certainly possible to do. I think these power-ups are interesting, and I really do think the use of portals is going to be key to see which team is able to use those. We saw in the first half a few blunders from each team in terms of not utilizing the portals 100% effectively, especially that exit portals. Seeing flight carriers such as Dodds Fall repeatedly getting out using that exit portal. So I wonder if we can see the Holdin Gate Warriors getting wise to that and just changing the calculus a little bit going into the second half.
And we saw one sub on the Holdin Gate Warriors part bringing in Ego. It looks like Texas Hold'em is going to be bringing in Ralph Wiggum in place of Sidewalk. So another sub that might change the dynamics of the game a bit. Sidewalk, who is arguably one of their best players, if not their best player last half, with some huge plays both on defense and securing a cap of his own. Let's see if Ralph Wiggum can live up to the hype and fill in the very big void left by Side's absence.
And we're starting things off here. A little bit of a slow start to begin with, but L-Tiger is going to try to use this portal.
And what we're seeing is Time Boy with a nice block on Ibis. A great set play by L-Tiger and Time Boy. Sadly, L-Tiger misses the boost, and it's going to hurt them.
Time Boy with a bit of a mistake there. Ibis with some really monster blocks. That's going to allow Skinny to get the cap. Really nice job. Holdin Gate Warriors already got one of the required 3 caps to start things off very early in the start of the second half. And Doddsfall looking to get a snipe there. Couldn't quite pull her off.
This is exactly what they needed. A cap before the power-ups come. Secure momentum before the first round of power-ups. Get the cap back in your favor. Cut the lead down to 2. Now this is a manageable game for the Holdin Gate Warriors, and they're right back in it.
Skinny playing some nice contain here, trying to use these boosts. Now he's going to head back up for the power-ups. I like what I'm seeing from him, and it looks like the Holdin Gate Warrior is able to get a couple power-ups. Skinny's going to be able to take that on regrab. Ralph going to play anti-re. Nice boost here, taking care of that tag pro. Look for a potential kiss here. I think a kiss would be advised given that they have the power-up advantage, though they've lost that now, and now they're even in power-ups. L-Tiger with a flag. Ego going to try for a nice snipe. He's got it.
That was a long-range hard scope by Ego. Ego, who got burned on the portal by Time Boy in this, but making up for his mistake there. Time Boy, again, who's been displaying great portal awareness, and Dolly, he's going to come in for the time cap this half, restoring the 3-cap lead. Some timely play there by Dolly.
Yeah, what we saw there again was Ego just being a bit too aggressive, taking the flag out. They did not have regrab, not cognizant of that, or at least just not changing the strategy because of that. And gets out and leaves a very easy return for cap, and looks like Texas Hold'em were able to capitalize on that.
A great kiss by L-Tiger, getting the reset, and now this is going to count for huge. With Ralph Wiggum coming in, he needs a return, he doesn't get it, and Doddsfall saves the cap. If Doddsfall can make something happen here, if they can get a return on Time Boy, this could be really dangerous. Doddsfall
is getting very predictable here using this exit portal. I'm surprised we're not seeing Texas Hold'em get wise up to that, but he's always boosting into base and just going straight through that exit portal. Although, unfortunately, while it does allow him to stay alive, it's not giving him many opportunities to try to cap. I think a little bit more of a reserved approach, just staying towards that portal and using that as a tool to maybe sneak in a cap might be something that could give him a little bit more success.
As I was talking about on this map, virtually every cap we've seen hasn't been the result of a reset, but rather of timely sets of returns. And so I don't mind seeing a guy like Doddsfall just going into base, seeing if anything's available, and if not, then just leaving, because it's very rare that we're going to see a long reset on this map. And Ibis somehow gets a bomb return here. He nearly gets the other return to get a reset, but he doesn't. And instead, Skinny Joe manages to steal the tag throw from right under Ralph Wiggum's nose. A good power-up advantage. I'm surprised he didn't kiss there.
He was trying for it, but couldn't quite pull it off. Ego going to take the flag, and once again, he's got to be a bit careful here. Doddsfall is going to get on regrab and take the exit portal, leave regrab. We're seeing some aggressive play from Holdin Gate, and I think that's what we need to see. And look at this. They're going to turn it into a cap. Doddsfall with the flag, and now they're really down 2 caps still here.
I like what Doddsfall tried. He was attempting to bomb into the boost, into the portal, into the flag. That sounds like a long chain. Oh! Oh, Tiger tags the portal, boosts the enemy into the spike, and now we're seeing Skinny Joe tries to Tojoing, but Ego can't do it, and Tiger comes in with the cap. This score is back up to 5-2. A 3-cap lead for Texas Hold'em again. They are not letting their foot off the gas here.
I think we're just seeing some inconsistency here from the Holdin Gate Warriors. They're making some really good plays, trying to surmount the comeback, but then just a few mistakes here and there, and that's leading to these caps.
And some huge plays by all the Holdin Gate players here. It seems like they know when to go in for the kiss and when to stay back, and this map can be kind of tough with regards to that. But they're not afraid to go for the ballsy plays and try to make things happen. We even saw Tiger use the portal to boost an enemy into the spikes. That's the kind of portal play that we love to see. Great portal discipline by Ralph Wiggum, just staying on the exit portal, fighting off the block, and allowing his team to keep the reset. Now, Tiger perhaps will be out past 2. He is out past 2. He's going to come in, and Skinny needs to hit the snipe. At least he gets in the way, and that allows Ego to get the grab off.
Skinny being a bit aggressive here. Dalek playing some really good defense, giving his team some opportunities to cap, but Timeboy not quite in a position for that. Being a bit patient, and he can afford to do that with a 3-cap lead for his team. Just waiting on this boost here, not going to force anything. Going to boost path both defenders there, defenders.
Timeboy's power-up awareness is fantastic on that play. He knows the top power-up's coming up, so instead of rushing out of base, he waits, he bides his time, and he tries the same nifty portal trick that Tiger did. Can't quite pull it off there. So far, Texas Hold'em looked in full control of this game, although it looked a bit different right at the beginning, with some momentum going Holdin Gate Warriors' way. Texas Hold'ems have definitely recaptured the momentum, and they don't look like they're going to let it go. With 4 minutes left, they still have a long way to go before they can call this a win, but things are looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, we've seen twice where the Holdin Gate Warriors have come up and looked to be surmounting what could have been a comeback, getting 1 cap into that deficit, but unfortunately each time for them, the Texas Hold'em were able to very quickly reestablish the momentum and get that cap back, and right now they're just in hold of the momentum as Timeboy's got a really nice boost, or a really nice juke there, but ends up having some issues with those bombs.
Inside and out, and Doddsfall being a bit hasty on the boost there, allowing Timeboy to get out. Unfortunately for Timeboy, the team tiles ended up hurting him and had to make him hit the bomb and eventually get returned. But a great inside-out play by Timeboy. His jukes are on point, his portal play is on point. I'm really loving what I'm seeing.
Had that portal been up, it was definitely a good chance for a cap here. Timeboy with the flag, and again, Texas Hold'em taking this flag, holding on to it, and keeping this momentum. And look at this, they just are really continually applying pressure here. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go, and if they keep this up, they've got a good chance at a win. Can he do it? No, Doddsfall getting a really clutch return there, keeping their lead to just 3 with just 3 minutes to go.
And we see Ibis and Doddsfall with the backwards bombs. They don't really have a choice at this point. They have to try the reckless plays, but blind bombs backwards are not always the best strategy, especially not when both your defenders do them. Now, just to clear up a bit of confusion in case there was any, I've mentioned the toe-join strategy a couple times so far. For those of you who are unaware, that's when the offensive player takes the in-base portal to go back to the flag and just keeps taking both of them. And if done properly, you can take both of the portals one after the other and chain them indefinitely as the spawn time works out. So we're seeing some nice strategies. And Ibis with the tag throw, this is going to be a cap if everything goes as planned. Ego getting his 2nd cap of the half and cutting the lead down to 2. Score is 5-3.
And what we saw there was just a really good power-up win for the Holdin Gate Warriors, and they used it extremely well. They had 2 tag pros on their team, able to keep their base clear and open up a really easy cap here. 2 cap deficit, 2 minutes to go. It's anybody's game, but right now Texas Hold'em has shown that they've got the got what it takes, keeping the momentum. But as I say this, Skinny Chode with the flag out past 4, and now it's just going to be a one-cap game as he takes it home. And now Ego is out with the flag past 2, potentially 3, but he bounces off the wall. Unfortunate bounce there. 1 cap difference here.
This is gearing up to be another exciting finish. Skinny's got the rolling bomb. This could be really dangerous. It's going to opt to go for
get the return. Ibis almost got it, but a portal spawns. Time Boy with a well-timed boost, putting the time in. Time Boy got the boost out the exit portal, gonna head back. Ego with the flag, potential kiss, but Al Tiger will have none of that. Dodge fall. Oh my goodness! He's got the hesitation, just what he needed. That would have been a cap. Great play by Dodgefall. His teammates giving him a couple high fives there.
And Dodgefall with a great stutter step, preventing the cap. This is the 2nd or 3rd cap that he prevents at the very last second this half. I'm low. Dodgefall. He's gonna cap. Amazing cap.
Look at this. Holdin Gate Warriors have done it. 1 minute to go. It's anybody's game here.
Dodgefall somehow splits the 3 chasers. That had to be sheer luck, but he capitalizes on it. Skinny Chode with the backwards wall move. This is looking really good for the Holdin Gate Warriors here.
Yes, we're seeing another very exciting game down to the last minute. Al Tiger with a lawnmower. Ego with the flag, just got 1 to beat. It's Time Boy. Look at Ego making Time Boy look silly there. Sneaking the boost and getting the cap, giving them the lead. Holdin Gate Warriors coming in from behind and showing that they mean business. Dodgeball with the flag, only 20 seconds to go. Trying to get another one. Ralph just saying there, but what an impressive showing by Holdin Gate Warriors.
Could things get any more exciting? With 2 minutes left, Holdin Gate Warriors have a 3-cap lead to get over. They managed to secure 4, and with 3 seconds left, this is going to be game. Holdin Gate Warriors come back from 3 down to get the win in game 2 on Thinking with Portals. An amazing performance by everyone on Holdin Gate Warriors. After it looked like a certain win by Texas Hold'em, things slipped through their fingers at the very last second, and another exciting finish. An amazing game by both teams, but gotta give credit where credit is due. Holdin Gate Warriors never backed down and got the comeback. Amazing play by them. Oh, back to you, Ron.
Yeah, in terms of player of the game, I'm going to have to pick Ego for just his production here. 3 caps, really great job. Skinny Chode deserves a bit of credit because he had almost 3 minutes of whole time on Thinking with Portals. That's just a really good amount, but holy cow, impressive job by the entire team, giving us a second. You guys do not, we're not issuing any refunds for this game. We had 2 extremely exciting last-minute endings here, and congratulations to the Holdin Gate Warriors for coming out, and they're going to win the matchup here with a win and a tie. Unbelievable play. 6 caps that entire last half. Very awesome job for them.
And I gotta say, Ego has been looking like the very best offensive player in Holdin Gate Warriors all on both games this week. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. Not only did Ibis get some giant blocks to get a couple caps at the beginning there in the half number 2, but Dodgeball was all over the place. Got the last second cap, but also managed to get 2 or 3 clutch saves that were the difference between a win and a loss for the Holdin Gate Warriors. And I just gotta say, for play of the game, it's really hard to pick, but that last second cap by Dodgeball, and actually, I'm not going to pick a single play, but those last 3 or 4 caps in a chain by Holdin Gate Warriors, just not letting their pedal off the gas and managing to get those quick 4 caps, that's got to be my sequence of the game. Now, let's see if we can grab an interview here with Curry, who...
yeah, I'll see if I can pick up Curry.
Come back after sitting himself in half number 2.
Just give us 1 moment to get that lined up, guys. We'll be back with Curry very shortly.
We've got Curry in here. Congratulations on that giant second game win. But Curry, as the captain of the Holdin Gate Warriors, what do you think of the finishes on both of these games? That was some really intense play.
I don't really know how to explain that, to be honest. I don't know. A lot of things had to go our way, to be honest, for those things to happen. Obviously, we had some guys that made nice plays, but there was some luck involved as well, which is, I don't know. The stars aligned for us, I guess.
For sure. But speaking of luck, it seemed like you had your own share of bad luck in both of the second halves. You had to, in fact, both of these comebacks, you unfortunately were sitting, and you had Ego coming in and subbing in for you. And in both those halves, we saw Doddsfall come in with a clutch cap to secure the tire victory. Now, what exactly happened on your end there?
I've been having some weird issues with my Ethernet adapter, and it started yesterday. Otherwise, I would have had like an alternative setup for today's game. But I kind of knew this would potentially happen, so we were prepared for hot subs if necessary.
Oh, for sure. You guys looked pretty seamless in both of them. We saw Ego subbing in the first half, Ironball subbing in the second half, and I believe the third half as well. And in the final half, you had Ego come in. What did you think of Ego and Iron's performances?
They did pretty well. Obviously, it ended up going in our favor. But I purposefully staggered their minutes so both of them could play minors tomorrow.
Smart move. That's a veteran captain move there.
Also, it's Ego's first week back from traveling to Peru, and he got some majors minutes, so that's pretty cool.
And Ego looked fantastic. He got 3 caps to basically solo overturn the 3-cap deficit you guys had going into half number 2. What did you tell your team going into half 2 when Thinking with Portals, down 3-0?
So I told them that TWP is always a high scoring game, or it can be if you focus on getting the power-ups. And we talked about using the power-ups to gain an advantage with like anti and stuff. And I think you saw a little bit of that when we had a couple tag bros. So the momentum shift really went in our favor late in the game, and it snowballed, which was nice.
Well, indeed, and that was quite the performance by your team, quite the resilience, the show of resilience to come back from that 3-cap deficit with 2 minutes left. And it gotta say, securing those 3 points and 4 points for the week, gotta be pretty happy with that result. Although credit has to be given to Texas Hold'em, they put up quite the fight. Any words on your opponents?
Yeah, they were great. All Tiger was killing us for sure. He had some like really clutch holds. I remember once on Constriction, we had like 3 guys on his ass, and he still got out of it.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you, Curry, for coming in. Congratulations on that last gasp win and the last gasp tie. You guys somehow pulling points out of nowhere. This could have been a 1-point game, or a 1-point week for you guys. Instead, you grabbed 4 of the 6, and you're putting yourselves in a really good position to get a high seed in the playoffs. So again, congratulations, and we're looking forward to seeing what you guys can muster up for the following weeks.
Cool. Thanks for streaming again.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for joining us, Curry. Really great to have him come in for some interviews here at the end. But I want to quickly just give you guys a very a thanks, gratitude here for tuning in to the stream tonight. I sure hope you guys have enjoyed these games as much as I have. Extremely exciting finishes to this. We couldn't hope for any better games. Congratulations to both teams, especially Holdin Gate Warriors there. Special shout out to Ngolba for running the stream behind the scenes, working through any technical issues we experienced along the way, fixing those very quickly and getting us back up to speed. And congrats to being able to figure that out. But thanks a bunch to Liquid for my co-commentary tonight. Pithy helping us run a very flawless jump up halftime challenge. You guys will be able to play that again tomorrow night if you missed out on that. If you guys like the stream, make sure to follow us on Twitch, where you find more entertaining and high quality broadcasts each and every week. I'm Ron Sponson, and we'll see you all next week.